What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of IFTV. We got the crew here. Only Marco's missing.
Thank God.
Anto's here, and of course, Peter and Gaetano.
What's up,
I feel
guys?
like we didn't do a podcast, and I don't know how long. I feel like it's been months, but we are back. The Azzurri are winning. Top of the table. 2 straight wins. Didn't concede any goals. 6 goals in 2 games. Mancini's doing incredible. If you guys saw the live streams that we've done a few, and we're gonna do tomorrow too. We're gonna see who'll be available. But guys, first reaction. First of all, I didn't think they'd come off to a flying start like this. I did not expect 6 goals. I expected 3, maybe 4 goals, and they didn't concede a single goal. Just for Anto isn't surprised because he already said, "Oh, Italy's gonna win it. They're the favorites." So Anto.
I said 3-0 the first game and I got it right. And I said 3-0 the second game and I got it right.
That's what I'm saying. Anto, for you, it's not a surprise.
No.
Even the goals.
Listen, even the team that we played are garbage. So there is no, why should we be surprised? I mean, you're playing against garbage, you got to win.
Okay. Well, how about you guys? Is there any surprise for you guys that the display they
I was surprised. I didn't think they were going to win 3-0 against Turkey. And I mean, I know that they could have won the game, but usually we don't score that many goals.
Exactly.
Italy doesn't score that many goals. But this is a different mentality, it's a different team. Mancini's brought some different ideas. We are playing the 4-3-3, which probably we never played before. See if this is okay, if everybody can see this. Mm-hmm. So... Well, I said it from the beginning, right, that I liked the chiellini, bonucci. So the chiellini, bonucci, even though chiellini in the second game may get hurt. And then acerbi came in, he did a good job, he did a solid job. But, no goals with them. And in the midfield, the only doubt that we had was locatelli, which... because of Verratti got hurt, Locatelli came through, and he came through big time. I mean, the guy scored goals, he gives the assist, he does everything. So he's doing very well. And then the big question mark was: is Immobile going to be able to score any goal? Is Insigne going to be able to have the assist? I have seen going forwards, Insigne is a little bit. I don't know, timid. He gets the ball and he always goes this way and he goes this way. I would like him to get the ball here and go inside the area and get a penalty or because he can beat this man, but very rarely he is here and he beats his man. He's here and he passes the ball here. The good thing that Berardi is doing also.
He's the best player, Berardi.
He's been doing very good. He's nice assist. He goes down the line. So Berardi is doing very well. But I think even though Insigne, he hasn't done much offensively, he does play defensively. So
he tracks back.
Yeah, so he tracks back. So when they're like this, Immobile is here, Berardi is here, as soon as they lose the ball, he will come back here, he will come back here, and he will come back here. So defensively, they're doing a very good job, and they're keeping the team close. Because if you stay here, and you stay here, and you stay here...
There's a lot of gaps.
There's a big gap here in the middle, and you give a chance for the other team to play here. So, but once you drop this way, and you do this defensive work, now they only have a smaller... portion of the field to play with. They can play here, they're not going to score from here, but unless you're Schick. But if you're here, then they're doing a good job. So I'm pretty happy the way things are going. Yes.
Nice. Peter, how about you overall?
For sure. I think Italy, versus Turkey versus Switzerland, you expect them to be able to win the game, and they should win the game. But I think it's the way that they've won it, as Gaetano highlighted it, where you have 2-3-0 results. Italy never scored 3 goals in the Euros. They did it twice. I always like to see when you don't let in a goal. That's a true telling of a good team. And then lastly, I think is the way Italy plays. When, they've been playing a lot quicker than what we're used to watching. You see Spinazzola, who's been amazing
Incredible.
on the left side, but then also how they win the ball back. They lose the ball, and they win the ball back very quickly. They do a great job at pressing. They do a great job of closing the gaps. You have a mastermind in the midfield with Jorginho, and like Gaetano said, Locatelli has stepped up, and at times you can play the doppio regista role. And you have guys that could come off the bench that could arguably be starters, Chiesa and Verratti. So you have a really nice group, and I think that's what all the Italian players and the Italian media, everyone's been talking about. The group. We're very solid. We're very close. And even when coming down to chiellini, unfortunately, gets injured. Acerbi comes in and he does a solid job. So we have the players. Now I want to see when the going gets tough, what reaction we get, because that's always important. Usually, you don't get to play the way that we've played the last two games. So this third game, I think, is going to be interesting. Test. They already qualified, Italy, which is great. But you want that first position. And then also, you want to see maybe some other guys coming in. Belotti, Chiesa maybe gets a start. Verratti maybe gets a start. So all in all, I'm excited. I'm happy. And then I think this Italy team can compete with the best.
Yeah.
All right.
And Anto, I
You
feel
don't
like
know my opinion?
No, I was gonna say I feel like you almost don't have nothing on it because I feel like you already
I got
predicted
plenty
this.
to
Okay,
add. I
there
got
we
plenty
go.
to add.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Go.
First of all, for me, the best player so far has been Berardi, because I had a lot of. The guy's unpredictable, number one, on the right hand side. He takes the ball deep. He doesn't do like the backwards. I didn't see you like it goes 180 and it goes back either sideways or goes backwards. He takes the man one-on-one. He has the one that has produced most of the assists for the scores that we made, number one. And then he's not afraid of anybody. Berardi, to me, technically, has got miles and miles and miles on the other Juventus guy, on Chiesa, number one, and plus on the other guy over there, Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi shouldn't even be on the Italian national team. But nevertheless, let's analyze what's there. The only thing that, as I said before, the staff, Peter said when the going is going to get tough. Get tough with what? The only weird position that we are not covering is the Bonucci and Chiellini. Those are the only two major question marks that I have personally. And since they lost one step, not half a step, I'm afraid that it might not pay the high dividends that we were wishing to have. But having said that, with all due respect, okay, P, we have the other guy on the bench, the Lazio defender. What's his name again?
Acerbi.
Acerbi can do the job.
And
Bastoni, and we have Di Lorenzo too. So even though Acerbi and Bastoni, they can take over Bonucci and Chiellini.
Toloi.
So. Verratti is not needed because we got Barella, we got Jorginho, we got we have Locatelli, we got plenty over there. Plus Berardi it's a midfielder. It's a midfielder, una mezza punta. So Berardi can do everything. And the fact that we've been scoring with the midfielders, that tells you a lot. Okay, so we're not relying on the striker. Belotti, if he's needed, is going to come in. But like on a game like this, I would put him in. But
Verratti can give some.
He cannot shoot on the goal. Verratti can just add to the midfield.
Verratti can give some downtime to all the midfield.
Barella,
anybody
definitely.
to the midfield, because some of these guys are banged up. I think Barella went out. Yeah. He was banged up, so he could play for Barella. He could play for Locatelli.
Even Jorginho,
So anybody that is banged up and needs a half a game or to rest, Verratti can do the job.
I mean, everyone, for the most part, they're actually not for the most part. It was kind of split. We actually posted something on our social media saying when Verratti's healthy, which is going to be tomorrow, but tomorrow is going to be more of a little bit of experimental game since they most likely qualified and Mancini's doing a little switches for rotation. The question was, when Verratti's 100% healthy, do you now sit down Locatelli and put him in the midfield, who he's been experienced for the past few years with Azzurri, or do you want to ride this out?
Let me pick you on this one here, Pete, and then you go. First of all, the fact that we don't even need Verratti. We don't even need it. Verratti right now has been placed on the bench and nobody's demanding that Verratti plays. Before Verratti was, Verratti. Verratti right now, if he's not even part of the squad, nobody's going to miss him because we have a lot of quantity and quality on the midfield. Okay, the names over there that we have, they're not stupid names. Yeah. Those are top of the line in Europe.
Yeah, for sure.
So Verratti, it's not this big superstar the way they said. And Cassano was right when he quoted quote. What do you think about Verratti? He was right. He said Verratti cannot shoot the ball. It never takes the shot to the goalie. And there should be a reason for that. And then when he was questioned why, he says because he doesn't know how. It's true. Verratti cannot shoot on the goal. That's the problem. I've never seen him taking a shot. It's a great playmakers, defensive midfielders. He gets into the offensive line from time to time. But as far as producing in terms of dangers for the goalkeeping of the other team, it's not there.
But Verratti is very valuable. If one of the midfielder goes down, who do you put? You know,
I'm saying for a
you
starter,
put Verratti.
But for starting, we're talking about starting.
What do you do, Gaetano? As you're starting midfield,
I'll take
If everybody
is healthy, 100%.
if everybody is healthy, you go with the healthy players. But if there's one of the midfielder is banged up, like Barella looks is banged up, you put Verratti.
Wait, so you wouldn't, even though Locatelli has been arguably the best player for the Azzurri, you would sit him on the bench and put Verratti over? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I said.
Oh,
He said
I thought that's what you said.
it will come in as a sub just to relieve the players.
Right. I mean, Verratti is going to play in the next game.
Oh yeah.
He's going to play no
for
matter
sure.
what.
Yeah, he's gonna
I'm
play
not
for
sure
him.
if he's going to start. If he starts, I mean somebody's banged up and he cannot go the whole game. If everybody's healthy, he's going to come in to give some relief either to Locatelli or Barella or Jorginho, whoever needs a relief. I mean, why would you play the whole game? You know, you have 5 substitution, you're winning the game. Let some of the other players rest.
Peter, how about you?
No, I think the same thing. Like there's a saying in Italian, right? Squadra che vince non si tocca.
Don't fix if it's not broken.
Yeah.
Right?
So obviously this third game there's going to be changes. Also,
Rotation.
it's good to be able to give some of these guys a rest. It's a long road ahead. But so far the midfield has been amazing. I think Locatelli arguably is one of the best midfielder right now for Italy.
For sure.
I think he's scored the 2 goals the last game, and he's able to read the game, move the ball. He's done his job and more. So I would keep it as is, and then having a luxury, because Verratti would be a luxury to be able to come in the second half.
Absolutely.
And even add a little, because he has that ability to be feisty, but also has the right amount of elegance.
But
I guarantee you that Verratti and Chiesa, they're going to play in the next game.
Yeah.
Gaetano, let me
rotation,
ask you something. Gaetano, let me ask you something. Verratti before was a staple for the Italian national team. Okay, Verratti, no game will have started without Verratti. Oh, Verratti. Everybody question. Oh, we are Verratti. Now Verratti is gonna have to just fight for his job. Okay,
Well,
so,
the way it should be.
with
Well,
Mancini,
but
that's what I
look
like
at-
about Mancini.
But that's how it should be.
Look what Barella did last year.
but that's-
Barella was one of the best midfielders last year. And now Locatelli came through and they developed.
But this is what I like about Mancini is that, hey, nobody's got their position locked. So you have to show me what you're capable to do, and you have to fight for your position.
sure.
Nobody's a lock over here. So at
Also,
any given time, you can be subbed and you can be just benched.
Locatelli got a break because Verratti was hurt. I think if Verratti was healthy, he might have started instead
Definitely
of
would have started.
Yes.
instead of Locatelli,
100%.
and then Locatelli would have come in afterwards. So sometimes you
Blessing
need
in
a
disguise, too, for
you need a
Locatelli.
break, and he got the break, and he came through. It's not easy when you get the opportunity. You have to perform, and Locatelli, Berardi, they're performing. So don't touch him.
You said it well. And I just want to throw some stats. I want to praise Mancini. Like, he's done a complete 360 since the Ventura era. I don't want to bring up Ventura, but the past 10 games, that Azzurri haven't conceded a single goal, which is spectacular.
Who do you have on the goalkeeping? Buffon still?
It is Donnarumma.
Oh, Donnarumma.
But
Oh.
Also the defense, you gotta. It's not
Sorry.
just all about the goalkeeper for the clean sheets.
Well,
you
it's the
know?
Donnarumma too. Donnarumma he inspired a lot of security.
No,
That guy,
100%.
that like,
He's
is
a
like a
great-
fortress. It's like a
course.
wall. Forget about the wall. That guy is a concrete structure. It's
Too
impossible.
bad Milan couldn't hold on to him though.
Well, that's
the only
okay,
thing.
Mike. I know you like the idea that
Of
he's
what?
going from Milan because.
Why
you
would
might-
I like that?
Yeah,
I
I
would
know
obviously want him in Serie
It's
A.
okay.
Why would I want to
But
leave?
all of those players, and let me just give it to you.
Go.
Locatelli came from AC Milan.
And you guys got rid of him.
Donnarumma is from
Yeah,
AC. It's
Locatelli's
not that
a-
we didn't get rid of
Locatelli gave
them.
them a-
We couldn't have. We cannot hold on them. It's the money issue.
Whatever. Well, whatever the case, but Mancini's doing incredible. No goals conceded the last 10 games, and also he's on a record right now. He's one game from equalizing Vittorio Pozzo's record for that Azzurri, which is 30 games unbeaten. So if they don't lose against tomorrow, he will equalize that. Then the game after that, if he stays unbeaten there, he will be the manager
Over the
breaking the
centuries.
record. I guess you could say the century.
Mancini has done an amazing job, and I think even
incredible.
what we saw also in the Switzerland game when Toloi came in, we changed the tactical formation, which is also good. When you're gonna have to be able to play maybe different teams, you can line up in a different way. Bonucci has experience playing with the 3-man with Conte, Toloi obviously, and
so when
Acerbi as well.
when Toloi came in, he went and played right full back, and Di Lorenzo went and played
in front of him,
right in front of him, right
wing.
midfield. So this was the lineup after when Di Lorenzo was playing here and Toloi was playing. So they changed it to 4-4-2.
Yeah, if you want to finish.
No. So that's also important. Like when you face different teams, you might have to play in a different way. And then Mancini, I mean, listen, the guy has experience winning in Italy, winning in England. He's coached and managed top players. I think he has just enough. As a manager, you don't see these guys every day for 10 months. So you have to be able to give them little notes, little stuff, and manage them and make sure that the group is there. And he's done an amazing job so far. He has the pedigree, whereas Ventura, if we're talking about Ventura, I'm sorry, he didn't have the pedigree. He's only coached.
I'm going to throw a question for everybody over here on the table. Gaetano, you number one. Do you think that Mancini, when the training session with Italy is done, or maybe when the game is over, and he tells, hey guys, when you guys go back and play for your own team, I want to see you doing more of this, because don't you think he assigned some homework to some of them, or some assignment, or what do you think? He just lives over there and said, okay, just do it.
When
go
you
about your
say
life.
some more of this, do you mean like taking shots on goal or tactically?
Tactically, yeah. He wants to say, hey, can you try to do this when you play for your coach or things?
I don't think.
I'm not sure. It's not gonna look. He's not gonna spell it out because he doesn't want to go against the other coach mentality. Yeah. But he might say to Berardi, for example, hey Berardi, I want to see you to just go in and be more aggressive and take a shot on goal.
I'm sure he gives some more tips. I'm sure he gives some tips.
What do you think, Gaetano? Doesn't he?
No, because they might use a different tactics. So in the Sassuolo might not play the 4-3-3, so his assignment might be a little bit different than in the national team. Chiesa, when Chiesa went in, Chiesa was playing here. Okay, yeah. Because Di Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Because Di Lorenzo went here. Okay, and then Chiesa went in. Chiesa was playing here.
Yeah, because he was playing Immobile. Yeah.
Usually Chiesa does not play here.
He plays on the wing.
He plays on the wing, and then he goes down and he crosses because they play the 3-5-2. So, but since he's a hustler, he's a runner, he can defend. He'll never stop. He'll never stop running. Mancini gave him some time, and so he adjusted tactically.
Okay, I want to throw another question at you guys before I finish up with Azzurri. Basically, we've obviously seen a bunch of games for the Euros. We've seen France, they got a draw against Hungary. We saw Scotland got a draw against England. Anto is going to be on the same boat as yours before, but does this change how the tournament is going to go out? Like, has your expectations changed for that Azzurri in terms of how far they can go based on the two games and seeing how these big dogs could be dropping points left and right, or pretty much like the same expectations?
I'm winning. I have Italy winning the Campionat, the Euro.
So nothing changed for you regardless, seeing the games.
So going forward,
yeah.
Right? Okay, so if we go forward, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1A, which Italy is in Group A. 1A, which we think is going to be Italy. They're going to win. They're going to play with 2C. And 2C right now, it looks like it's between Ukraine and Austria.
That's right.
So if Italy wins that game, then they will play against 1B, which is Belgium. And then the third from A, D, E, or F.
Yeah, the varies.
Which at this point, there could be anybody.
But Belgium most likely.
But Belgium, so high C, going forward, and Italy against Belgium in the future.
And what do you think about that, guys?
Okay, so Italy against Belgium. I have seen some of the games now, and to me, the best team that I've seen so far is Belgium. I like them as the best team. I like Belgium and I like France. So that's going to be a really tough game. And I saw Belgium play the last game, and De Bruyne, he came in the second half. What a player. This guy is the best midfielder in the world, De Bruyne, for me. So when he came in, they played the 4-3-3 with Lukaku here, Hazard and De Bruyne. But the thing is that I'd never seen before. These guys, they don't play 4-3-3. They don't play 4-2-3-1. They don't play 4-3-2-1. Once it comes to these three guys are everywhere. I see De Bruyne here. 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 I see Hazard here, Hazard here, Hazard here. When they scored the goal, Lukaku went deep here to get the ball. He had no chance. There was nothing going on. He had three defenders. He stayed here, stayed here, stayed here, stayed here, went through, went back, went back. Guess what? Hazard was here. You know where De Bruyne was? De Bruyne was here. He came up, boom, 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 boom. They cover here, and he shot the goal. I had never seen these three guys. I think what the coach tells him to De Bruyne, you go wherever you want to go. There's no position for you.
Yeah, but who they were playing, Gaetano?
And the same thing against the same thing with Hazard. You know, they can go anywhere they want. And they are so creative and they're so good that I like them really a lot. Now, Belgium in the past, they always had great players. And I'm not talking about Mertens. Mertens, he went out in the second half. I'm not usually but right now I like what I see from Belgium.
So you're saying that's gonna be the test for the Azzurri to go against.
Yes, that's gonna be the big. If Italy wins against Belgium, we win the
tournament.
We win the
Listen, we are much better than Belgium.
The thing with that is we have a much better midfield than Belgium. Our defense is very good. That can really lock them down. And Chiellini, you know, he played against Lukaku. He knows Bonucci played against Lukaku. They know these kinds of players. And Italy, I feel like, play a more compact role. And with that midfield, I just feel like Belgium aren't nimble enough to get that Azzurri with that. But I obviously Belgium are a top squad, and a lot of people have them favorites or dark horses for this tournament. So that's definitely going to be a really, really big test when Italy leave to the groups. In terms of for the rest of the tournament, what do you have to say for that? What's your expectations for Italy? Yeah, have they changed at all, or?
No, I mean, I thought they were going to go deep in the tournament. I don't necessarily see them as winners. I have grown in my belief as the way that they've been playing. But at the same time, like Gaetano said, you got to face a very good Belgium team.
What do you think about that against Belgium?
I think it's like any other game. When you verse the top teams, when they verse each other, you know, it's going to depend on the moments. It's going to depend on getting the goal or missing the goal. And, for example, Immobile, he had a couple of chances before he scored versus Switzerland. Maybe you get those chances versus Switzerland and you miss them. It's okay. You're still able to score. Versus Belgium, you might just get one or two. You got to put that ball away. So in the past, Italy defensively have always been sound. We know this, and I think we can match up defensively with the Belgium. But are we able to bring it to the next level? Are we able to maintain the style that we play versus a Switzerland and Turkey versus a Belgium? Or we change tactics, a little, the approach to the game. Not necessarily change the tactics, but the approach to the game. And you have a Lukaku, who we all know, you know, with Inter, the guy is a one-man show. You know, when he's on, he's on. And then you have a guy like De Bruyne setting him up. It's not easy. So that's why I always said Italy can go far, but they have to make sure that you win games like versus Belgium.
Yeah,
Listen, let me tell you something.
What do you think?
When it comes down to Belgium, all you have the guy that you have to take out of the game is De Bruyne. Okay, Lukaku is doable. If you take De Bruyne out of the game, let me tell you, if you take De Bruyne out of the game, you take the heart of the team, because he's the one. Even though he came on the second half against Denmark, they were losing 1-0. Yeah. So they got the game tied, and then some circumstances, you know. Their goals was, even though Gaetano is very high on the team.
It was beautiful goal. The way it was set up.
You need even some luck. It was a minor little deflection here and there. The De Bruyne's goal was a good goal. Yeah. The De Bruyne's goal was a good goal. But the 2-1, the goal when they went up 2-1, a little luck over there, you know. So, but anyway, let me just say something.
You have a point with the
we have much better goalkeeping. The defense.
Courtois plays for Real Madrid.
So what? Donnarumma plays
He's
AC
a top
Milan.
goalkeeper.
Donnarumma is the best goalkeeper of the world.
When I
Donnarumma
think
is the best goalkeeper
say
of the world.
much better.
Much better, yes,
I
much
rate
better.
Donnarumma higher,
Much
but-
better. Much
Level
better.
up, they're up
Come on, there is no. You can't compare Donnarumma with
Okay.
Courtois. What the hell Courtois has got on Donnarumma? He's got nothing.
Okay.
So Donnarumma is much better than Courtois. Number one, our defense is the only question mark. Our midfield by far is much better. You take De Bruyne out of the game, Belgium can just pack up and go. We have speed and we have a brain in the midfield. And I'm telling you, the same way we're talking about Belgium, they're talking about Italy.
Oh, of course.
Are they going to stop Verratti? Are they going to stop Barella? Are they going to stop Locatelli? Are they going to stop Berardi? It's a lot. We have a lot of weapons. So if they concentrate on one guy, another guy is going to get open. So if you go into Insigne, two people on Insigne, what's his name? Immobile is going to be open. If you go on Immobile, Insigne is going to be open. If you go on either one of those two, and then Berardi is going to be open. We have weapons at every level. Okay, Chiellini, as an idiot as he might look, he can score on a corner kick. So we have weapons that Belgium doesn't have it. Okay.
You have a point. Yeah.
Okay, Belgium has got a couple players. He's got De Bruyne, he's got
more than a
Lukaku.
couple.
And forget about the
Mertens,
Courtois.
Hazard.
Mertens. We know already the way he
Hazard.
plays. Okay.
He scores.
Come on, Mertens is good. Come on.
No,
Listen.
Hazard is
There
playing
is-
good now.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Listen.
saying.
The guy never played for
Witzel,
Real
who
Madrid.
else is
I
on
think
the midfield right
he
now?
he
Witzel?
saved himself
I-
for the Euro
I
because he
think-
played good. Hazard.
But
I think they
listen,
play
the
good.
only adjustment that Mancini has to make is maybe put Bastoni on over there and take a Chiellini out, and do not take a chance with Bonucci. Put the Lazio defender over there. That's it. Those two guys. If you take them out, to me, it's the winning move that Mancini can make.
No, if Chiellini cannot play, I would put Bastoni on Lukaku because he's
Definitely.
probably the one that knows him better than they practice every day for a year, every day together.
Good
so
point.
but I would put Bastoni on Lukaku.
Even though he hasn't featured a minute though, and it seems like acerbi is the favorite.
He's going to play the next game. Bastoni is going to play. He's going to get some. Verratti, Chiesa, and Bastoni, I think we'll see some playing time the next game.
Listen, if we play Belgium and let's say Barella goes through, or any one of the midfielder, we got Jorginho, we got Barella, we got so much.
No, but what I'm
How the
trying-
hell are they gonna plug? Those are all nasty bees that when they stung you, they're gonna hurt you. So Belgium's got 2-3 nasty bees. We have a lot of queen bees, and when they stung you, those guys,
I like this analogy.
when they stung you, they're gonna hurt you. Believe me.
I am very happy about Locatelli and Berardi, but I'm not convinced. Immobile and especially Insigne. Insigne's got to do more. I cannot get this guy. He's so creative and he can beat his man, and every time he gets the ball on the left wing, he goes back to the center. He gives a pass back. Can you take somebody on and go inside the area and create something? You do it when you play for Napoli. You got to do it with the national team.
But Gaetano, let me answer your question, because that's a good point that you made. But you have the board before over there. Insigne has been doing that because the teams that we've been facing right now, they're mostly defensive team. But when you play with Belgium's not going to be playing defense. He's going to have a lot more space to do what he wants to do what you want him to do.
When you
so I think we're going to have a lot more space right there
when
on
you
the top
one
to do
on
it.
one and you're on the edge of the penalty, go inside, beat the guy, and go inside.
Yeah.
Do not go back and keep going back. That's all I'm asking.
No, you definitely have a point there, and Anto, you have a good point. How Belgium's not going to be defending, so there's going to be a lot more space, especially on those counterattacks. And we have those creative players like Insigne, Berardi, so on,
Jorginho and all the stuff.
Exactly.
I think we can match up.
100%.
We can match up. That's not the question.
100%.
But to say, we're 10 times better than the Belgium.
No.
I have a problem with what you just said. Belgium needs to match up with us. We're not inferiors to Belgium.
Okay.
On the
Well,
paper,
I'm
we're
saying-
not less than Belgium.
Yeah.
Belgium has to step up the game to be able to match the intensity that we have and the quality, because we got a lot of quality in the midfield. The forward line, even though they're not real forward, what we have, they can take shot. Okay, every midfielder that we have, except Verratti.
Lukaku, De Bruyne, and Hazard is better than Immobile, Insigne, and
What about the
and
midfield?
Berardi.
Who's
I'm
gonna
not
feed them
talking about the
the ball?
midfield. I'm
Talking
talking
about
about the
those three.
forwards. The forwards, they're better than us.
Yeah,
The midfield, we're better.
Okay.
The midfield, we're better. Defensively, we might be better
Yeah,
too.
I think defensively.
I
yeah.
think
Midfield is going to win the
but the
game.
forward-
Our midfield is going to win the game.
Okay. No, but you have
score.
to stop Lukaku, you have to stop Hazard, and you have to stop De Bruyne. So if our defense can stop these three guys, we'll win the game.
Yeah, you said it best. Very quickly, we've seen Azzurri play 2 games. Who is your best player within both games?
Berardi.
P.
Spinazzola for me. I think
Maybe Berardi.
No, you can
Yeah.
say. You can say.
no. We all talk about these left backs that are able to run up and down, tutto fascia.
100%.
This guy Spinazzola is
For me, Locatelli.
amazing.
Yeah, P. I agree with you. Spinazzola, 100%. He looked like a winger the past 2 days. He does everything defensively, does everything in attack. He's always the one in the box, making chances, creating and stuff. And the only problem where a lot of people gambled with him, whether they want to get him like Juventus, were very close with him, is his injury problems. But if he stays healthy, man, I feel like, and if he has a good tournament, if he continues what he's doing now, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people knocking on Roma's door for Spinazzola.
But didn't you guys give up on Spinazzola?
Juventus
Was it
had him.
Juventus player?
Juventus had
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Inter was supposed to get him from Roma
A swap,
when they did a
right?
swap with Politano, and then I don't know if he failed the medical, or then they were
wanted
afraid.
they wanted extended medical,
yeah.
and they said no, and they
Mourinho is not going to let him go.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on from there, we all know that Azzurri playing amazing. Anto thinks they're gonna win the tournament. We're all on
High. We're on
all
a high.
Exactly, we're all on a high for this Azzurri. But there's a couple of people that I'm gonna say a couple of quotes that don't have the same. Don't see the same view as me. Wait, I'll read it. The first one is Patrick Vieira. He said Italy lack intensity, and I don't think they have. And I don't think they've been tested out yet. Gary Neville also said once Italy play the better team, they won't have enough. So guys,
those are all chokers. They're all Italian haters, and they.
So what
they prove them
I
wrong.
heard what Neville said. Who was the other one?
Patrick Vieira.
What did he say?
Patrick Vieira said Italy lack intensity, and I don't think they've been.
Oh
tested
yeah, I
yet.
read that. So just for the record, Patrick Vieira is an idiot.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, you idiot.
Okay. This is Patrick Vieira is the guy that put Pirlo on the bench with NYCFC. Okay.
What an idiot.
Okay.
Boy.
And Patrick Vieira is the guy that he was winning a game with NYCFC 2-1, and there is 10 minutes to go, 10, 12 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to go. He took out Pirlo, and he put a 17-year-old kid in midfield, at the center midfield. I mean, the guy lost the ball. They tied the game 2-2. I mean, it was not the kid's fault. I blame everything on Vieira because with the last 10, 12 minutes to go, and you got Pirlo in the center midfield who has never lost a ball in his life, and you put a kid. It was 17 or 18-year-old kid. I don't remember his name, and they tied the game. So I have as far as a player is a different. I'm only talking about Vieira as a coach.
Hey Vieira, you're nucitrone. Nucitrone in Italian means you are a cucumber. So I gotta tell you, I said it in dialect, and now I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna translate it.
Citriolo.
Vieira,
nucitrone, sì, proprio nucitrone. Vieira, un citrone. Capisci?
Vieira could not accept that Italy beat.
Yeah.
He still has that in his
in
mind.
the World
right?
Cup. Yeah.
Okay, stick with NYCFC.
He's watching a different game, by the
Yeah.
way, because
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
watch
yeah.
this
No,
Italy,
no,
that's
he's
one
a-
thing
he's a
that
hater.
Tell him,
He's still
that's one
thinking
thing they
about.
don't lack.
Wasn't he
The
playing for
intensity.
Inter, this guy?
He played for Juve, Milan.
Milan.
No, for Milan.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
No,
did.
Milan.
He did.
Get out of here. We're not taking citrones like that.
He started in Milan.
He did?
Yeah.
So,
Man. But guys, yeah, it seems like hopefully we can quiet down the hate in the next few matches, but maybe they are a little bit bitter.
Look at England. England ties yesterday.
Exactly,
0-0
against
with
Scotland.
Scotland. They
What
have
England? They got
France also.
nothing.
And France
France
tied
drew
today 1-1.
They got
Even though
nothing.
they played the better game. Hungary
They got nothing.
had their game. They scored first and they were able to
Yeah.
defend the result. But these two guys, I don't know what game they're watching.
You guys created a hype for this England and
No, I mean,
France
if you
and
look at
Belgium. This other guy over here.
Anton,
They
if
got
you look at their
nothing.
players, look at their players.
They got nothing.
France has nothing.
Just because
Just
their
Mbappe
player
alone.
Listen to me. Listen, you're not listening. Just because some of their players they were bought for a lot of money. Look, Neymar. What is he doing? Nothing. What does he do?
plays
This
in
guy
South
here.
America, doesn't
He
he?
does nothing. Okay?
Benzema scores
Nothing.
goals.
Okay?
Mbappe
Benzema. Oh,
is
yeah.
scary.
Against who? Against who?
Champions
They're
League
good.
teams.
They're good. Okay, moving on from here. Me and Gaetano, before the podcast started, we we're actually talking about the handball rule and how it changed.
Can we finish up with the
you
other
wanted to
team,
say-
France?
Finish up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, just
of course.
a quick on France. So France
yeah.
again plays also the 4-3-3. So all the Belgium and Italy and France, they play the 4-3-3, and of course they got Mbappe here, and
Benzema in the
they
middle.
have Benzema and they have Griezmann. So Griezmann is the guy. I mean, he does a lot of work. He goes up and down, up and down. But
Take it easy.
and then don't forget that in front of the defense,
Mane.
they
Oh,
got
what's his
this
name?
guy
Kante.
that is
Oh,
called
Kante.
Kante, which he just won the Champions League. Is very, very good.
yeah.
And they got another player that his name is Pogba.
know him well.
We know him well. Let's not forget.
He hasn't won
I mean, the
anything in
only
Man U,
weakling is Rabiot, who's over
which
here.
he plays for Juventus. That
So
tells
he's
you
the only
everything.
weakling. But when you're talking about Kante, Pogba,
Griezmann.
Mbappe.
Mbappe, Benzema, Griezmann, I mean, that is a lot there. It's not easy to stop these five guys, so that's going to be tough too. I think they're going to go very far in this tournament.
Now, how's the point? Is the ball going to get to them? That's what our midfield is going to do. They're going to make sure that the ball never gets to them, and if they get to
touch it,
them,
right?
they're going to be under so much pressure.
Kante is not. Kante is a midfielder. Pogba is a midfielder. I mean, we know how valuable they are. Your coach Conte wanted
Wanted
Kante.
him
Oh yeah.
really badly.
He was really bad. because
His
he knows-
coach, he wants everything.
He
Forget
knows how
about just
valuable
Kante.
this guy is. And Pogba, everybody wants Pogba right now. They're talking about PSG, Real Madrid,
Oh.
Juventus, you know. So.
Can I have something on what you just said? Some of those people that you just named, don't forget that they went very deep into the Champions League, so they're not 100% physically fit to play the full game. So even though you said, they had time to rest after the Champions League, not that much. I'm telling you, it's not easy for you to be playing deep into Champions League. De Bruyne is one of them. He came out with his face totally messed up, fractured nose or whatever. So
He's
then,
back, though.
take it easy, Mike. What I'm saying is, the juice that they're supposed to have, let's say,
Suco.
it's not there. The juice is not there, so they're not 100% juiced up. So their juice is about 75%. So it's mostly
Okay.
More sugar.
Mezzo
yeah,
sugar.
no, it's water. It's
That's just
diluted.
water.
It's got nothing.
All
So
right, go ahead. Let's go. Okay,
yeah.
I got your point.
So
Yeah.
so I was gonna say we all know that Azzurri just need 1 point, and so they can go first place with Wales. And me and Gaetano were talking about the handball rule of it changed for Euro 2020. What it's gonna be.
2020 was last year.
No, Euro 2020 is what it's called.
Euro 2020?
Yeah,
Okay,
Euro
sorry.
2020,
I must
yeah.
have been behind with my clock.
But Gaetano, you said you had it written down.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna go
I
into
tried to
that.
read and catch up on this handball because
Yeah.
we have seen it in the first games that we are playing. We have seen a lot of handballs, and especially in the 45th minute of Italy against Turkey. I mean, everybody
Clean, very clean.
everybody thought that was a penalty.
100%.
But okay, so the rule is accidental handball in the build-up to the goal will not be penalized at the Euro 2020. So if they think there is accidental, so let's say in the Italy against Turkey.
Yeah.
The guy was very close. I think it was Spinazzola. Was it Spinazzola
Yes,
that
it was
made the cross? I
Spinazzola,
think
yeah.
it was him. So if the guy was very close, like I'm here and you're there, and I kicked the ball, and you had no idea that it was accidental, that's not going to be called a handball.
Even if the ball has been going toward to the net?
I will read further. No, it's not going to be called a handball. The handball was updated. This is the updated that they did it just for 2020. So
Wow.
what is the new rule? It is a handball. It is a handball when you deliberately, so you intentionally touch the ball with the arm or hand. For example, moving the hand or the arm towards the ball. So if you
Away from
intentionally,
the body, right?
yeah, if you intentionally see the ball and you go like this, there is intention. That's going to always be called.
How
a
do you know
handball.
not replay like that, Gaetano, whether it's intentional or not
So-
intentional? It's still left to the interpretation of the referees or the VAR
I
people.
don't, yeah, I don't
Well,
Interpretation of the ref, always.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
it's
can-
always
you can
about.
see.
I mean, against
But you add into more confusion.
against Turkey. I mean, if you see that the I don't know if the player is turned around and the ball hits him. There was no intention for him. I mean, when somebody,
for the most part,
the ball and you go like that, it's intentionally. I mean, it's not easy, but that's the new rule. Also,
strange, by the way. I don't know if you guys are.
So
like
also,
that one.
it will be a handball if you touch the ball with the hand of the arm when it has made their body unnaturally bigger. So if it's not part of your natural motion, and you make your
self bigger, you
right. So
you're just spreading yourself out.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say that there is a penalty from outside the area, and you see that the ball is going, and you go like this, and you open your arm.
That's making it bigger.
That's making it bigger. Yeah. But if it's a part of your you're running, and the guy crosses the ball, but it's part of your run, or you're falling down, and you're like this, you're falling down, and you're sliding, and your hand is going down, and the ball hits you, that's not going to be called a handball.
I just find it strange because, all the leagues have it the opposite of this, and now all of a sudden this tournament where the players all used to are doing this.
So Rossetti said the way the law has been rewritten is more according to the spirit of the game.
What the game has a spirit now? I really don't get it.
And the freedom of play football. So
I don't know.
So when we were growing up, and we were playing in the street, if you intentionally touch the ball, it was a handball. But if you were playing and the ball hits you and you don't even know that the ball hits you, we never called a handball.
For the most part,
this is, I'm talking about 50 years ago, playing in the streets.
Sicily, right?
Yes. So maybe they want to bring it back to the way, we grew up. If there's the intention there too. But I remember a handball with De Ligt in a game against Holland. The ball went up all the way up.
Yeah, he had no idea where it was.
He turned his head like this. He was looking. He thought that the ball went over there. The ball fell down
and hit his hand.
That was a penalty. I mean,
that's a little bizarre.
I don't believe in that.
And it's harsh too because a penalty, there's a high percentage that you score.
You're right.
So if there's no attempt, something like that.
Hopefully we gave you a little clarity on this on the handball because there are a lot of people that don't know that the rule changed.
Now, does it say anything about the goal score? Because Chiellini's goal that he scored was that it hit his hand. So I think if I remember correctly, it's if there's a goal. No, but I'm saying only when there's a goal score, like even if it hits you unintentionally and there's a goal score and there's a direct link to the goal, it's a handball.
But this is what is the interpretation?
When it's direct. So like when the player that scores uses his hand.
Yeah. It is a little confusing because so
wait
many
a
have
moment.
it differently.
Mike, let's say Chiellini touches the ball with his hands, it bounces on his arm, and then the ball goes to another Italian player, and the guy scores. It's a goal?
No.
So what the hell is going on? So this rule makes it more confusing than anything else.
It does. It is. There's
more confusing, Pete. I still do not understand. So the intentionality.
If you score in the opponent's goal, it is a handball.
It is a handball, even if it's unintentional.
Yeah, that's
okay.
So wait a moment. So
even if
you dive as a goalkeeper, that's intentional.
So he scores in the opponent's goal. It's a handball directly from their arm, even if it's accidental, including by the goalkeeper. Immediately after the ball has touched their arm, even if it's accidental.
You see? Because that was Chiellini.
Yeah.
Chiellini got called for a handball where, whatever, is going in the and he had the ball and scored.
Wow.
So that's a handball.
So are you agree with this rule, Gaetano? Do you like
I'm
how this going?
I'm very confused.
That one I'm not. I agree with the rest. This one
it's a little up and down with some
because
rules.
Chiellini, if you go up and the ball hits your head, hits your chest, it goes down to your arm, you have no idea, and then it goes on the floor and you score. There was no intention whatsoever to play with your hand. So
it's like there's an unfair advantage to the defender
to
the
that I might not agree with that.
Yeah.
So it's more confusing than anything else. Do we all agree with that? I don't understand.
Well,
Can you show me a game simulation? Get a soccer ball, Pete.
Pete,
get a soccer ball and show me when it's intentional, when it's not
We
intentional,
can do
and
the
why.
simulation after, but
It's just, to me, it's a waste. They're creating these new rules.
Well, that's why they try to get rid of it. If you remember, like Serie A, every handball
Right.
that
They
first
called
time.
it.
Every
they
handball
called it.
was
And
there
there
was
was
a
so
million
many
penalties.
penalties.
I mean, if I am 2
yeah.
yards from you, and I'm there, and your hand is like this, and I kick the ball on your hand, is that a penalty?
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
Okay, but that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's saying it's
Yeah.
not going to be
But
a
now the
penalty.
other thing-
Before it was a penalty.
If your hands is away from your arm, from,
No,
Yes.
from
you're
your
standing
body.
like you're standing like this, defending him.
You know, even if your
Guy
hand
kicks
is a
out.
little bit away,
But if the
if
ball-
you're so close,
But listen, Gaetano.
it's the same thing that happened in Italy against Turkey.
Yeah, but-
The guy shot the ball, but the guy was so close, even though his hand was open, it was not
But Gaetano,
penalty.
if I'm in front of you, you're taking the shot, and then you hit my hands, regardless if I do involuntarily, and the shot direction was toward to the net. That's a handball.
That's not a penalty.
That's why. Why? Then I
Because,
don't get it.
You just said it. I said if I kick the ball to your hand and we are so close, you said shouldn't be a penalty. We're talking about the same
Yeah,
thing.
but you have this. Wait a moment. Now, if you take away the goal, not if the ball is going inside, and then everybody's going to say, "Hey, I didn't do it intentionally. I didn't do it intentionally." So what are you doing? An intentionality for you guys is you have to just make an attempt to stop the ball.
Accidental.
Like that.
If,
Open up
if
your
it's
arm
accidental.
But you see, Pete, it's left
Well,
to
there-
an
there-
interpretation
but
that is
it's
very
always- but it's always
confusing.
gonna be like that. They're just trying, I guess, to see something more natural.
Hey,
We-
you call a foul. It's up to the interpretation of the ref. Not every ref calls the same foul all
At
the
the end
time.
of the day, regardless of these rules, the ref gets a final say. So I feel like a lot of these don't really matter to that point. But I think we talked a lot about this handball rule. I think we can move on from it. Let's talk more about this in that too.
I will be pissed if
Okay.
somebody gets to win the European Championship
No, of
on one of this
course.
interpretation.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the only
There is
thing.
something also about the VAR. They're saying it is confirmed that the broadcasters will only show the final VAR. I'm talking about the offside. The only final VAR lines for the offside call, rather than the process of reaching a judgment. So they will only show you the final saying.
And from what I heard, that the lines are actually thicker in this Euro.
Oh, so so more could get away from it basically.
Based
It's-
on
it's
what
favoring the
style
defenders.
that they're using, yeah.
Favoring the defenders more, technically.
So we need to be careful and we need to be clear. We need to follow the principle and the laws of the game, and we want to continue to use the VAR only for a clear and obvious mistake. So you'll go to the VAR. If you look at it 10 times and you don't know what it is, I think, to me, you look it for 30 seconds, and if you cannot determine what it is, you leave the call.
Yeah, you have a
It's got to
point.
be clear. Once you go to the VAR, it's got to be clear. Oh, yeah.
And if it's not,
If it's not that clear, just leave it.
I agree.
Let it go.
I agree with you. But yeah, moving on from here, we do firstly want to say our condolences to the family of Giampiero Boniperti,
Oh, yeah.
who actually passed away at the age of 92 due to heart problems. I do believe he was before your guys' time, right?
No, I watched
Oh,
him.
you did watch him?
At the end of his career, I watched some of his playing, but he was instrumental to many players. Boniperti, Platini was playing for Juventus. Del Piero, he was
But as a
one,
president.
as a president, yeah.
Yes,
but
as a president,
I
not
saw
a-
some of the movies
Yeah, as a
about
president.
him. Between him and another couple guys over there, they made the history of Juventus. It was Boniperti, Norton, who else? And Charles.
Sivori?
Sivori, yeah.
Yeah, Sivori.
Sivori and Charles, right? The three of them. They were just...
Yeah, we witnessed him
Top
as
three.
a president. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Like we said, our condolences for that. But moving on from other stuff, we want to talk a little bit about the Mercato and what's going on. You know, the Mercato still hasn't opened up yet, but there are also some rumors, some things that happen, players moving, coach moving. We know, Anto, your favorite, a very good player that you said you wanted, Tomori. Milan officially signed him until 2025 for 28 million. So some advantages of making Champions League, you obviously get some funds and stuff like that. Tomori and Kier for next season, starting center backs for sure.
I'll take them much better than Romagnoli. I was never high on Romagnoli from day one since we got him from Roma. Never high. $25 million for me wasted. If we can get even 15 from this guy here, it'll be well, you guys need a defender, right? You know, take him. You're gonna replace Chiellini and Bonucci. Those two guys are
You
done.
can keep him.
No, I'm giving to you as a present because we're friends.
We got the league.
You're a good friend.
We got the league and Demiral. What are you
We're good
talking
friends.
about?
I'll give it to you. Just give us some
But
reject.
Gaetano, you actually said in the beginning you didn't really watch Tomori, but when you actually started seeing him play, you
Yeah.
said he was a fantastic
Yeah,
defender,
he's good.
right?
He's good. He's
Yeah.
a very good player.
Yeah,
That was the right move.
for sure.
Yeah, very good player.
Can
And
we-
also, he's fast. I think in the modern game, if you have a fast center back that can read the game and play the way he did, I think it's a steal for 28 million. It's a very good price. We know it's a low market right now, but who knows? 2-3 years down the line, his value can go up, and could be a way to sell him or even have a very good defender on your books.
Can we spend
Romagnoli?
No.
Romagnoli, unfortunately, since his time with Milan, he hasn't really been able to conquer his position. And
we're going to use it as a backup, Pete.
Well, you know what? That could be good. No. Or even, listen, some team in Italy, I would take a risk on Romagnoli. Obviously, depends on how much, but I would take a risk. He needs a change of...
Pete, we're going to be in 3 competitions, the Coppa Italia, the Coppa Campioni, the Campionato, so we need...
And also, Kai is not the youngest guy.
Yeah, number one. Hey, listen, can we spend a few words, because I've been reading about the Fiorentina, the debacle with the Gattuso.
I was going to bring that up
next, you do?
Actually.
Okay, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was going to say... For Tomori, Milan, great job. That guy, I don't know how quickly he adapted to Serie A, but phenomenal business, and for the most part, pretty cheap for for what players are going for these days. So huge step up, and I'm excited to see how Milan do it next season. Now, Ando, like you were saying, this whole Fiorentina, what's been going on with them? We knew Gattuso signed with them about a week ago. And it seems like it's over now. Well, it doesn't seem like it is over now. Apparently, there's some disagreements with the Mercato and what players wanted to come and what players wanted to go. And they ended up ending that agreement. It seemed like Gattuso was going to go to Tottenham Hotspur. He seemed like very close, but that ended up ending also. And now Fiorentina are left out without a coach. And they are actually looking at Vincenzo Italiano, the coach that kept Spezia, the only Serie B, new-coming Serie B team, staying in Serie A. And a lot of people been praising him, and he's been incredible with the players he had, the lowest amount of spending budget in the Mercato, and he managed to play some beautiful football with mostly Serie B players, we could say. I think, first of all, this is an incredible thing if Fiorentina can get Italiano, even though Italiano actually signed an extension with Spezia, so they're looking for a way to end that contract and stay with Fiorentina. But guys,
so no chance for Gattuso still to cement his position with Fiorentina.
No, that's over.
It's done. Totally.
Yeah, it's totally over. Now Italiano is the front runner to become the next coach, and I think Italiano is will be great if they do secure him.
I feel so bad. I was so happy that Gattuso joined with Joe. Actually, it was so funny because we finished to play a game. I think it was a Saturday or Sunday, and me and my friend Nicola Giordano, we went to get some an espresso and a croissant from Villabate. Joe was coming out from the pastry shop with his wife, and we spent a few minutes talking here and there. I congratulate him about Gattuso, and the next thing you know, Gattuso is no longer going to be the coach of Fiorentina. So from time to time, who do you blame on a thing like that? So maybe the demand of Gattuso was over the top, that maybe they couldn't really face or make his demand, concrete. What do you think?
Usually, what happens is that they do not agree on the salary. But in this case, they did agree on the salaries because he went to Fiorentina. The other thing that I could think is a coach is made by the players. Depending on how good your players are, the coach that helps the coach a lot. So he probably demanded some players, and those players maybe they cost too much money, or there were too many players, and I guess at that point they said, listen, you go your way and I'll go my way. I think that's what happened.
And in terms of Italiano, what do you think about
him? In terms of Italiano, I don't think Spezia is going to let him go because he did very well with Spezia, so I would be surprised if Spezia lets him go. What is left after that? They're talking about Ranieri. He could do well. He did well in Sampdoria. I mean, he brought him. It was top 10.
Oh yeah, Ranieri. I think.
Yeah, Ranieri. I think is good.
Sampdoria was in bad shape when they took over.
Fonseca and Rudy Garcia are the other.
Well, Fonseca, I liked him all the time. From when he was in Rome, I always talked good about Fonseca. Rudy Garcia. There was a time where Roma was really playing soccer. It was an entertainment soccer, and Rudy was there. And then I don't know what happened. Things went downhill. So I would stay away from Rudy. If I was, I would be between Ranieri and Fonseca. Unless you could get Italiano.
They're cheap. They're not a cheap.
Then I would get Italiano if I can.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the biggest thing going back to Fiorentina is the manner in which it happens, because this was supposed to be a year where, okay, whatever happened last year and COVID and blah, 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 we need to build for the better. And then you get already the environment in Fiorentina, the fans aren't so happy with all the situation that's going on and so on and so forth. You sign a coach, you get Gattuso, you get your guy, and then 20 days later, things fall apart. So there was a lack of communication, I guess, from what was demanded and said when Gattuso came in to, what happened now. That being said, Fiorentina now, you have to look for a coach. There are some suitable options. Italiano, I think, is a good coach. Is he a guarantee? That's another thing. Whereas Gattuso, at least for the last couple of years, you've seen, progress in the way he plays and the way he commands the locker room, more importantly, and how he manages his players. I like Italiano for what he's done with Spezia, but sometimes you do need that one more year to see something. And
Pirlo is available.
Yeah, I don't know about Pirlo. But Ranieri...
Why are you laughing, Mike?
It's funny how you said it.
No, but what I was going at is it's a very hostile environment right now. So that's why, for me, why I'm thinking Italiano might not be right, because he doesn't have that experience. Ranieri, has a lot of experience. I think he's a very charismatic coach. He doesn't play great football. Let's put it that way. But he gets the results. With a Sampdoria team that wasn't the greatest, he kept them out of any relegation zone
for sure
this whole year.
Mid-table.
So he knows how to play the politics. He knows how to play with the thing.
He knows the tactics. He knows right. If he plays against a team, he will put the right players in the right position.
And he's not going to make crazy demands, I think. As far as players who he wants in and who he wants out.
No, I think his demand is more money.
Maybe more
because
money
that's
than
why he
Italiano.
left. That's why he left Sampdoria. He wanted more money.
Guys, I'm gonna go on a limb, and this is a question for you, because you know this guy here much better than me and than anybody else in this room over here. If I were Joe Barone and Commisso, you have something that you lived with for a bunch of years, and he has proven to be a great coach. His name is Giovanni Savarese. Okay, he's coaching Portland. Let me tell you. Just let me finish, please. You don't laugh. Giovanni Savarese so far has proven that he has taken a team all the time to the end, very close to win. He won most of the time that he wasn't with the Cosmos. He won in Portland, and he's a guy that just because he's coaching in the United States, that doesn't mean that he doesn't. You give an opportunity to a young coach like that. The guy, he will have Joe Barone's attention. He will work very well with Joe Barone. They're best friends. They know each other for a long time. I'm sure any difference, they're going to work difference out. I will just give it a shot. That's what I'm saying. I'm going on a limb. For me, if you give what's his name, Savarese, a couple $1 million instead of spending $6 million.
That's a lot of money.
7 million here, 6 million there, 3 million there, because you've been hiring and firing a bunch of coaches. You end up still paying them. So if you get Giovanni Savarese a couple $1 million, you made him sign, or even $1.5 million for 3 years, or give him $5 million for 3 years, you get Giovanni
Savarese. Contract over.
I'm telling you right now, Giovanni Savarese is going to prove everybody's wrong. Giovanni, if you look into this podcast, please put a like and subscribe, because I know how to do it, and call us back, because we can try to talk to Joe. What do you think, Gaetano?
I think for Giovanni, I agree with you. Every time he took a team, he goes to the final or he wins the championship. But like he said, in Fiorentina, you lose 3-4 games and it's goodbye, Charlie. I think for Giovanni, I would rather go to a team maybe that came up from Serie B, and put him there. That
less expectation, right?
Yeah, there's not that pressure that you have to win every game, and maybe there you have more time to because you need time to express yourself to the players, and the players have to buy what you're selling. Mm-hmm. And in a team like Fiorentina, maybe the fans, they would not,
they would not approve on you getting somebody from the MLS. Just the idea of getting somebody from America.
I think, but if you were to go in a team like that came up And then like Italiano did, something like Italiano. He went to Spezia and he did very well and he kept them in Serie A. I think that would be his objective was would be to keep the team in Serie A. I think as a first experience.
You know what?
Then once you've been there, and like now look at Italiano. Now Italiano has been. There are
a lot of top teams, Verona, they all,
Juric, things like that. Now everybody, there's a demand for Juric, for Italiano. So I think that's the way. If I were,
10 years ago, nobody knew who De Zerbi was. Nobody knew who, all of those young coaches. They're leaving. Gasperini, we all knew what he was.
But he went. But he did it with Sassuolo.
Yeah, but
team from Serie B that came up.
Okay, and then let me put it this way to you. So it would be better if Savarese starts with the Serie B or Serie C, and then it comes up to Serie A and said, "Hey, listen, I've proven myself. I brought a team from Serie B to Serie A," and then Fiorentina can give him a chance because at some point you have to start from somewhere.
If you go in Serie B, the project has to be to bring the team to Serie A. Not every Serie B team has a project, right? Yeah. To go to Serie A, you have to have the ownership that says, "Hey, we want to bring this team," so that you have somebody behind backing you up to get the players that you want.
What about Matrizzetta? Matrizzetta, they have a spectacular coach. His name is Scudini. I've been following this guy year up. He's very good. I said, let's say he wants to make a step up. He puts Giovanni Savarese next to Scudini, or he gives Scudini.
You don't want him to stay a couple balls since he's doing good.
What I'm saying is at some point Savarese is going to start in the Italian Championship. Whether it's going to be Serie B or Serie C or Serie A, I like to see Giovanni Savarese involved with Italian with the Campionato Italiano. So
that might be in the future. There might be something in the future.
He's smart, and he has proven himself already. What more does he have to do? Right. Okay. So I'm high on Giovanni Savarese. So I'm sorry about you guys, but I'm very high on him. And
it's not about being high on anyone. It's about understanding the league, and also like Gaetano said, the project. You go to a Fiorentina where right now there's fans with pitchforks outside. You don't want to be thrown in the fire like that. If you gotta make the right decision as a coach, you have to find the right project for you.
Right.
And somebody's got to believe in you 100%. If there's 1 ounce of doubt, then it's not worth going, because the next, like Gaetano said, 3 games that you lose, they'll be on top of you.
Right.
Yeah, you guys said it right. Just to finish up with a couple last transfers over here. There's some rumors that Sarri, who we all know is at Lazio right now, he wants Torreira, who's at Atletico from Arsenal. He's on loan over there. He could be going over there, and the swap deal could be Joaquin Correa could be a swap deal, and I think this would be incredible.
With who?
Bad.
Correa, the striker.
For Torreira?
No, first of all, Correa is very streaky. He had a bad season, and Torreira, I feel like he could be a very good Sarri player. Plays that good.
Yeah,
I think so. A nice defensive playmaker. I think it's a nice defensive.
Correa is much better. Correa is much better by far.
Correa has so streaky. You never know when he's gonna be good or not.
But Correa is more offensive.
He's a striker.
Torreira is more defensive.
Yeah, he's a defensive. Yeah, that's why it's 2 different positions. But I feel like that could be a good surprise. And I'm just so excited for Lazio next season, because I think Sarri could really do some wonders over there. And last bit of news from Inter, actually. This one is for the latest offer for Hakimi. We all know Inter have to make up some money, 80 to 100 million, and the offer for
80 million. 80 million.
They're saying in that vicinity.
80 to 200 million.
No,
80 to 100 million.
80 to 100 million.
That's what the reports are saying, and Sky. And Sky is actually saying that there has been an offer for Hakimi, 60 million euros for this one. Plus,
it's not worth it.
Plus Marcos Alonso, which is a left wing back who Inter could actually use, which I feel like is
from Chelsea.
Chelsea, which is I think is a very good deal. I would think, Peter, as an Interista, what do you think about that?
It's a decent deal, but you wait a little bit more, because you have 2 teams.
That's true.
Yeah,
PSG is also
PSG and Chelsea who spend ridiculous money. They'll bid each other out.
But getting a quality player like that too, I feel like that can make the agreement happen, because Inter needed someone on the left flank for how many years now,
Yeah,
Did
but
they-
we
did-
also need somebody on the right, and we're losing
No,
a
that's
top
true
one.
too. But at least you get one. Get
Did they
and
see
plus
Milan?
money.
Did they see Milan buy Giroud? Yes or not?
No.
Oh crap!
Yeah,
Maybe
nothing
we're still
happened.
waiting for Icardi and Banda.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
AC Milan might be getting
I
Icardi.
got a good player for you,
Yeah, good. Give it to me, please.
Sergio Ramos.
I'll take him.
His salary's gonna be through the.
You're gonna play in the Champions League.
Absolutely, I'll take him.
You can use his experience. The guy's won many Champions
I'll take him.
I
League.
can't see him there. I can't.
I'll take him.
Sure. I mean, with
That guy is going to teach the people how to play defense. That guy is one of the top defender of the world. I will take Sergio Ramos. And his nasty ones will be nasty too.
And he scores goals.
And he scores too.
I just can't see.
if
him.
I was AC Milan, I would
Definitely.
I would.
You don't think his salary's gonna be crazy?
I don't think so. As a free
Well,
transfer, I don't think so.
How many offers does he have?
Maybe 4 million, 5 million a year. Give him a couple of
No,
years
how
of 5
many
million.
offers does he have from other teams?
I haven't looked.
I mean,
into
the
it, but I'm
top. You got to
sure
look at the
people
top
would
teams. If they have that position, Juventus doesn't need it because in that position they're pretty good.
I'm sure PSG could always go for him.
PSG,
always looking for
I mean,
players.
Chelsea is pretty good in that position. Liverpool is pretty good in that position.
AC Milan, definitely.
PSG, well, do they have Paredes or
No.
Marquinhos?
They have Kimbepe
And
over there.
Marquinhos. I mean, they're pretty good. So, there's not too many teams. I think AC Milan would be the right
Oh,
fit
definitely.
for
That'd be
him.
nice, but I don't know. I
No.
can't see
Listen,
that.
Maldini.
It was just a thought.
No,
No,
it's not a bad idea.
AC
but-
Milan and Real Madrid, they always had a lot of very good
Yeah.
relationship during the past.
Yeah.
While Berlusconi and Galliani were over there, and with
Yeah.
this guy here, the ownership of Real
There were
Madrid.
there were a
and,
lot of transfers
yeah,
between
so,
AC Milan and Real Madrid.
So I remember that I can have you named Sergio Ramos. This guy here has won Ancelotti that Champions League with the header over there. That it was almost over. Atletico was almost
remember that.
was true, and then this Sergio Ramos came through. Boom!
He's
It
good.
was, I think seconds before the game was over. And
No, he scores goals. I mean,
he's a leader.
I know
He's
he
a
gets
leader.
he used to get a lot of red cards in the past, but I think the last
better.
few years he got
He's
much
a
better.
leader.
And he won 3 in a row with Zidane. I mean, the guy's a leader. He's a fighter. He's a winner. So he won everything as a player.
Oh yeah, 4 or 5 Champions League, four Champions
He
League.
won
World
everything.
Cup, Euro
Coppa
Cup.
del Re,
5
Coppa
campionati,
Europa.
Coppa del Re.
I
Forget
think
World
he
Cup
won
for
the
clubs.
Intercontinental Cup
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I think
I mean, how old is he?
he's 35.
35. He might have
2 years.
He might have 2 years. I mean,
Maybe.
depending on he might have 2 years left. And
Hey
you
Sergio,
need
if you're looking, viene aquí. Nosotros estamos esperando. How do you say that?
Paella.
Esperando.
Esperando, nosotros estamos esperando aquí a la IFTV, la cadena del europeo mundial.
I thought that was impeccable Spanish.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I'm
good.
telling you,
So
you got
if
the
you're
whole
watching
package.
This, go to Milan, right?
Yeah,
For cheap
come
too,
to AC
right?
Milan. I'll call Maldini. I'll make a deal for you.
We'll interview.
Yeah.
Exactly, for sure. But guys, I don't know if you had anything else to add, but I feel like we covered everything. The Azzurri just need a point tomorrow against Wales, and they secure top spot. And from there, we'll see between Austria and Ukraine who they'll
Forza
play.
Azzurri.
But Forza Azzurri, incredible start by the Azzurri. I think anything can happen now.
I
And
think
very
Ukraine.
excited.
I think Ukraine's gonna do it.
And,
Maybe.
just Forza Christian, right, for Ericsson.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Who,
Game
Saturday.
prediction for tomorrow. What do you think?
So he
Gaetano, game prediction for tomorrow. How much?
2-0.
2-0. How about you?
3-1.
3-1.
2-1.
2-1. I say 2-0 because we're not gonna play to kill ourselves. Just gonna move the ball, score 2 goals.
I
and just-
said 2-0.
Oh, 2-0 you said? Then I have to go. I gotta go
3-0.
for 3. No, I cannot match this guy. I have to have something.
You went 3-0. 3-0.
3-0 again. 3-0 again. 3-0.
Guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and Forza Azzurri.